Sniper Elite 4, we're working on the challenges on the Village AA Gamer for Life for the first part, and then Demented will be coming in for the other one. Okay, so the first challenge is the Wipeout. We need to get over 2,000 points shooting with the shotgun. So, went ahead and got my shotgun. Nice gold-plated looking shotgun. Love it. Okay, so this is actually a redo. I've actually had the video up on YouTube for a while now, and the mixing of the volume kind of got screwed up, so I'm redoing it. So starting off, we're just going to go ahead and pop these two dudes and then just make a beeline for the area where the partisans are fighting the Germans. The challenge only works in certain areas, pretty much where the big question marks are, off to the left side of the map a little bit. If you travel outside the rings too far, the points won't count, so we're going to be getting into that and pretty much just chopping it up, sticking to the action. I think you're going to pretty much get the idea what the deal is here. When me and Demented do a map, we pretty much go through it and kill everything, just kind of get the feel for the map, and then
HQ should be somewhere around here.
Do like pre-scanning of the documents. Okay, we got an officer here, there, and then we're going to come back and try to do it as stealthy as possible so the enemies are close to the particular areas, and then come back and do all the challenges. Alright, so anyone where you have to like melee the whole map, or you know, like this, using a shotgun. Like I was saying, the only downside is that I have trouble finding enough bodies to make this happen.
Nothing else.
When me and Demented did it the first time, we were kind of spread out a little bit, but so obviously here I have to pay attention to my health because I'm going solo. And then later, I'm gonna have to like go outside the rings, and I'll use my rifle just to shoot, just to make a noise so they know where I'm at. They'll turn red, and if the little triangle thing pops up where it shows you where you last were, there's a good chance that they'll be coming to investigate it. So pretty much whatever I gotta do to get the Germans back into this area so I can pop them with the shotgun.
Partisans have got their work done.
I got a Sniper 4. It was a good game. Presently, me and Demented are still working on the other levels. We just finished the campaign. We're going to be doing the Overwatches and the DLC Hitler mission. But this is not like an overly big game, compared to like Skyrim and Fallouts and the big sandbox games. But the game had its share of glitches, and it didn't seem like something that couldn't be fixed or done with a patch. It's just, there's been a few updates for the game already, but one of the levels, let's say that it has 9 eagles, and but there's only 3. It's just a glitch on the map, and they say it doesn't reflect your achievements at the end. But until we do the 2 Overwatches, I'm not going to be able to confirm on that because, again, we beat the campaign, did the fortress, and got all the collectibles. But the ones for the letters and all that, the achievements haven't popped, so we got to go through the Overwatches and see how that all pans out. But for instance, the fortress had a challenge in there not to reload or no manual reloading. and that'd about be one of the hardest challenges ever. I mean, it is just such second nature to just hit your reload button, and then, but we did it. We did the whole map, and right during the ending cutscene where the plane's going up and all that, I had my pause button up, and the thing was still white, that it was still active, and then when you get to the little end thing where it kind of shows you your stats and all that, it was checked red, that it wasn't complete. And then Demented checked it out that it's some kind of glitch, and you're like, oh, what the hell? You know, you just put all that effort in, you get all the challenges, all the collectibles, and you want to see 100% on the map, but it doesn't, and that just doesn't seem like anything that couldn't be fixed. And I don't know. I mean, seems like the people over there, developers, would know, you know, about these glitches. I mean, if they're all on the forums, I mean, they would have to know about them. And again, they don't seem like you know, hard fixes. It seems like they could have just easily patched it and got it so when people are doing their collectibles and challenges and everything, it read 100%. Always made me wonder, you know, I mean, all these developers, they got a full class of testers there. I mean, how does the game get out in production and not one tester say, hey, you know, this map shows 9 eagles and there's only 3. What's up with that? And then I think the map after that, it was kind of screwy where it had, I forget, it was like lost documents, or the lost letters and miscellaneous documents. I forget exactly how it went down, but 2 of those were kind of off. You know, it would say 6 or 6, you know, documents or letters or whatever it was, but there was only 5, and then one that said there was 2, there was actually 3. It's frustrating. You're like, how could you not, you know that during the testing part of this? Anyway. So as you can see, like, trying my best to bait them back here when I'm killing somebody, and I notice that my meter hasn't gone up. I'm like, well, I got to get him up here into this doorway and make these kills count. Okay, so later when we get to the rifle challenge, pretty much just going to make a beeline to the HQ, get the little document or whatever it is, and then make a beeline for the door. Even though it just says use the rifle, but like if you shoot a truck and the truck kills somebody, that could void your challenge. We were just going gangster, and then all of a sudden he's like, the challenge went red. You're like, what? How's that possible? So then we reloaded it and just played it, and try to stick away from any of the explosive areas that had a lot of vehicles, barrels, and that kind of stuff, and just try to get our kills in and then make a beeline to the end, and which is basically the best way to go. When you're doing challenges like this, you know, it ain't about a video walkthrough on the map or anything like that. And at this point, we're still, me personally, not 100% sure if we're going to do the authentic hardcore. Me and Demented, we are down with any of the games. I mean, we just did Gears 4 on Insane, and that was probably one of the hardest games we ever had to do on the hard mode. And I'm totally cool with that, but what kind of annoys me about that is that they pretty much take everything away from you, and I'm not sure if some of the things like, okay, you don't have your gold-plated weapons, and you're like, oh man, that kind of sucks. I put some work into, you know, getting them gold and getting them upgraded, and, you know, having max zoom, and I don't really see how any of that reflects on playing it on hardcore. You know, it's supposed to be authentic, like whatever weapons are out there. Well, when the time comes, it really is difficult because, you know, for instance, when you upgrade the Springfield, you know, you'll have 12 times zoom, and when you take it on authentic hardcore, it only has 4. That's it. You're like, what? And then the binoculars doesn't have any zoom either. It's just, you know, I think it's just times 4. That's it. You're like, well, how does that, you know, reflect playing on hard? I mean, you're saying my binoculars can't zoom because you're on a hard difficulty? What the hell does any of that got to do with anything? Again, they just, I don't know, they're pushing that authentic hardcore and shit, and basically you got nothing. I mean, you run around with upgraded weapons, no damage, no zoom. I mean, it just sucks. I haven't quite got the whole sniping thing down. I might have to go to the shooting range and kind of work on the wind droppage and the distance. It's definitely a little different compared to previous games. So, alright, so right there's our shotgun challenge. Got the 2,000 points in. Now I'm just going to make it to the headquarters and then make a beeline for the door.
This is the HQ, no mistaking it. But where's...
Okay, so while you're doing the challenge, up there, I can't, where there's like the gateway with the double doors that kind of go out to the wooded area. I believe there's a shotgun there with ammo. If you're not all the way through your challenge and you run out of ammo, you can go to the headquarters. There's shotgun ammo in there as well. And then it's just hit and miss with the enemies, but the one doorway, I think, like I passed it just there to the left, where I was hanging out for a little bit. I believe there's a shotgun there, so you could easily get some ammo there, and then go to the Parsons headquarters, and you get some more ammo if you ran out.
Over and out, my friend. Over and out.
You don't even have to go to the crate to activate the little cutscene. You know, if you still need to get more kills, there's a couple places for some ammo. It's the one downside about the shotgun. Finding ammo for it through the campaign could be a little bit on the rough side. Compared to like using SMGs, which has never really been a problem with ammo, so. But the shotgun can be a little bit on the rough side when it comes to ammo. And because I am on, you know, by myself, try to keep that bandage like right there, so if things get hairy, I can just go ahead and put that on.
Hope I'm not too late.
Alright, make a beeline for the door, and that's going to complete the challenge. It was already complete, but as you saw, we had it in. I don't even know if, you know, if it works if you quit, but if you got a challenge in, you're trying to get it done, go ahead and complete the level just to make sure it's all on the up and up. Pretty sure you would have to complete it for it to count. Alright, so now we're back, and again, we're just doing the rifles only. And there ain't no way we're going to do this level without the mental blowing that boat up. It's all good stuff. I'm just making a beeline for these clowns right here. And it would be so much easier if this thing had a hard sight. Sort of like Grand Theft 4, where you got to have the half trigger to pull up your hard sight. And then full trigger will go into the zoom. And the thing is, with the authentic hardcore, they're definitely trying to push you having the snipe. Even in areas where, you know, wind and that shouldn't really be an issue. It does if you're looking through the zoom. It's just like if you just pull up your hard sight, the little force marks there, your hard sight, the bullet drop and all that doesn't seem to be reflected till you get into your zoom. And if the gun had the hard sight like this without having to pull a trigger or something, then I probably would never use the scope on that hardcore mode.
The HQ.
Alright, so again, the method's doing whatever he's doing. There's no like certain amount of kills or anything like that. We just need to only use the rifle and not to like shoot a truck or any explosive barrels like that. So like if you upgraded your scopes so they have more zoom, I don't really see how that reflects on the harder modes. I mean, unless they're saying like scopes for that time didn't have any, you know, zoom in or zoom out or whatever. They just had a certain amount of, you know, magnification. That was it. And you're like, I don't know, you know. And literally, you'll notice a huge difference when you do that. You're like, damn. I mean, we were just on San Celini, so if you can imagine when you get into the Jaegers and stuff, that, you know, I mean, if a regular infantry dude is taking, let's just say 2 to 4 shots to put down, you know, those Jaegers are going to take much more. And I just, it's not sure how I'm going to go about it. Or if I'm even gonna at all. I'm real turned off by the whole situation, and I got a lot of things going on, and that one achievement is not going to pay the bill. So, but again, not quite sure where we're going with that. We may do it, we may not do it. The odds are we probably will, but it ain't like great video gaming, you know. You're not going to see us just rolling through there. I mean, it seems like the health is limited. I'm like, dude, you seem like all the dead bodies. It's like hardly anybody had bandages and health kits. He's like, yeah, there was a few there, but it just didn't seem as much as it was on the easier level. So, and if you get in the red, you just stay there. So your whole screen is kind of red because you basically went through your health. I mean, when you're playing on easy, you can sit there, trade a few hits and that kind of thing. Well, on that mode, you cannot do that. You basically need to get them down before they even touch you. Like right there, that little red, it would be there. You ain't getting away from it.
Over and out, my friend. Over and out.
So, what we're planning on doing or trying is to keep, you know, finding certain areas to where we can go loud and just invite the enemies to us so we can, you know, use the terrain to our, you know, benefit. But there's just times where they kind of get hip to it. They're like, yeah, we ain't going in that area. You got to come out and get us. So, but as you can see here, we've been pretty much just shooting the enemies, no trucks or anything like that. Another thing with authentic hardcore is there's no friendly fire either, or there is. So if you get in the way of your buddy and he shoots you, then you're going down. which I don't really have a problem with that. The only beef I got is, like I said, I mean,
Hope I'm not
I
too
don't
late.
see where being on the harder mode would reflect your binoculars. I mean, what the hell does that got to do with anything? I mean, I think the binoculars only has 4 times zoom. That's it. I mean, the other mode, it's got 20. You're like, whew, man. So obviously, it makes it a lot harder to tag enemies and all that. But nevertheless, there's our rifle challenge, and that's going to take care of these two. And that's it for the village. Hope you're liking the videos. Appreciate the thumbs up and subscribing.